Europeans made up Europe. Not metaphorically, not symbolically. I mean, they literally invented the idea of Europe to make themselves feel like they were something, anything other than the broke, dirty, infighting mess that they actually were. There is no ancient Europe. There is no timeless, unified European identity. There is only a cobbled together category created by warlords, priests, and colonizers who needed a team to play on after centuries of stabbing each other in the face. The Greeks didn't think they were European. They thought everyone who wasn't Greek was a barbarian, including other Greeks who lived differently. The Romans didn't call themselves European. They were Roman. Period. They looked at Northern Europe like it was the end of the earth, full of savages, too stupid to even build roads. The people they called Gauls, Goths, Celts, Franks, Saxons, Slavs. None of them thought of themselves as part of some unified continent. They didn't even speak the same languages. They didn't have one religion. They didn't share values. Most of them couldn't even read the same calendar. So where did Europe come from? From the wreckage. After Rome fell, after the plagues, after the Crusades, after they realized the Islamic world was reading Aristotle and bathing daily while they were still bleeding people to cure fevers, then they started reaching. They needed a myth. They needed a team. They needed an us. So they invented Europe. They drew a border around whiteness, called it a continent, and used it to justify the next 1,000 years of theft. They made it up to say we're civilized. They're not. We're modern. They're backward. We're European. And that means something, but it doesn't. It never did. European is not a cultural identity. It's a political scam. It's what let France and Spain pretend they were allies after centuries of war. It's what let England act like the colonizer of India was somehow the cousin of the Viking from Norway. It's what lets modern fascists pretend Poland and Germany are on the same side of history. But behind the myth, it's always been chaos. Every country trying to outbreed, outcolonize, outgun the next. Empires collapsing every 100 years. Languages dying by the week. Whole populations being renamed, relocated, and rewritten. And they had to make it up because they couldn't explain how the supposed birthplace of civilization had no soap, no math, no paper, no spices, no medicine, no compass, no basic hygiene, and no astronomy until someone else brought it to them. So they called themselves Europeans, so they could steal Africa and call it a discovery, so they could invade Asia and call it exploration, so they could erase the indigenous and call it civilization. And they've been clinging to it ever since, to the word, to the flag, to the lie. Europeans made up Europe to escape their own history, but the blood is still there. The ruins are still there, and the rest of the world is finally calling the bluff. Cope.